Mom stole my daughter's birthday for my sister's kid. I didn't fight back, I cut every payment before breakfast. My heart absolutely shattered that day. I watched my little girl, dressed in her sparkly purple best, clutching a silver unicorn balloon, realize she was nothing but an afterthought. The banner screaming "Happy 5th birthday, Liam" over my own mother's garage was a punch to the gut, a betrayal so sharp it still cuts. Tessa, my sweet, quiet 7-year-old, stopped dead in her tracks. Her hand, usually so gentle in mine, tightened until my fingers ached. We stood there, outside Grandma's house, her voice thin, fragile. "Daddy, why does it say Liam?" The sounds of laughter and music from the backyard, the scent of fried chicken and mac and cheese, my caterer, my menu, my deposit, it all hit me. And then it clicked. That text. The one I got late last night, the one I tried to bury, to ignore. "Mom, change of plans. We're using the party for your sister's kid instead. More important. Tessa can share. She's young. She'll be fine." Fine? I'd typed absolutely not. I'd stared at it, my finger shaking over send, then chickened out. I told myself I'd handle it later. Now, later was here, and my daughter's special day had been stolen, repackaged, and sold to someone else. I swallowed, trying to force my voice level. "Let's go say hi to Grandma," I'd said. "We'll figure it out." But I didn't figure anything out. That was the last moment I could still pretend this was some misunderstanding. "Look, my name's Jim. I'm 39. I'm an actor, the we ran the plates guy, not exactly Hollywood royalty, but I make it work. It's not glamorous, but it pays the bills, covers my condo, and half of Tessa's life. Tessa, she's 7. Quiet, observant, the kind of kid who says excuse me to pigeons. She splits her time between me and her mom. My ex and I? We're not best friends, but we're not at war. We co-parent like decent adults. My original family, though? That's a whole different story. My parents live in the valley. My younger sister, Melissa, lives 5 minutes from them with her husband and their son, Liam. In the family mythology, Liam is the sun. Everything orbits him. Every story ends with, "and then Liam did the funniest thing." Tessa? She's a distant moon, if that. Cute, sure, but optional. I became the family ATM around the time I booked my first recurring TV role. My dad, who'd called me Hollywood for a week, joked about me paying off their mortgage. The joke turned into a temporary payment when their credit card interest spiked. Then their internet got added to my autopay. Then their gas and electric. Then my mom got a card on my credit account just for emergencies. And those emergencies started to look a lot like Target decor. I set up a family support transfer, $600 on the first of every month, straight into their checking. I didn't call it that out loud. I called it helping. When Melissa's old car died, I covered the down payment on a new one. When their roof leaked, I paid for the repairs. When my dad needed a root canal, I paid the dentist. Every time I tried to gently slow down, my mom would say, "You have more than we do. You're the successful one. This is what family does." What family did, apparently, was I paid, and they decided everything. But the money wasn't the real sting. It was how little of that generosity ever seemed to trickle down to my kid. When Liam was born, my mom had a photo album called Our First Grandchild printed in a week, showing it to everyone. When Tessa was born 2 years earlier, she got a blurry Facebook picture with a caption about hospital parking. Liam's 4th birthday? Dinosaur park rental, a cake with his face on it, a special Nana and Papa day before and after, which I helped pay for, of course. Tessa's 4th birthday? A sheet cake in my parents' kitchen. My mom forgot candles and laughed, "We'll just pretend," as my daughter blew on frosting. My parents treated my daughter like a footnote. But this year was going to be different. The idea started small. "Can I have a unicorn birthday?" Tessa asked one night, feet tucked under her on my couch. "We can do unicorn," I said. "What kind?" She thought hard. "Space unicorn," she declared. With planets and stars and maybe a rocket. I laughed. Ambitious. We'll see what we can do. My tiny condo couldn't handle a dozen second graders, so I called my mom. She insisted we have it at their house. We've got the yard, the grill, the patio. We'll help with everything. She's our girl. That phrase, our girl, actually made a stupid, hopeful part of me believe her. So I booked a caterer, kid-friendly chicken tenders, sliders, mac and cheese. I put down a huge deposit that made my stomach clench, promising myself I'd pick up extra work. Tessa and I went to a bakery and picked out this incredible, expensive, 3-tier space unicorn cake. The price was ridiculous. Maybe a little smaller? I suggested. She looked at the cake, then at me, then back. We don't have to, she said, trying to be brave. It's okay if it's just a little one. That decided it. We're doing the big one, I said. Once in a lifetime. 7 is a big deal. The lady behind the counter wrote Tessa, Space Unicorn, purple lettering on the order form. My mom was even sending me pictures of star plates and unicorn napkins, a banner that said Happy Birthday with a blank space for Tessa's name. Going all out for our girl, she texted. And I actually believed her. Until that text came the night before. Melissa, my sister, opened the door, a smirk playing on her lips. You're early, she said, even though it was exactly noon, the time my invite stated. We told everyone else 11. You know how you are with time. Her house was packed. But it wasn't Tessa's party. It was a dinosaur party. Blue and green streamers, Liam's name on the banner, Liam's initial on the goodie bags, superhero cups. Nothing. Absolutely nothing, for Tessa. My mom swooped in, all fake cheer. There's my birthday girl, she sang, pulling Tessa into a hug. My daughter, so hopeful, said, Hi, Grandma. It's my party. And my mom just laughed. Oh, it's everyone's party, she chirped. A big family celebration. So much easier than doing 2, right? I was stunned. We booked this for Tessa, I said, my voice tight. I paid for this. She actually waved her hand, dismissing me. You know, Melissa and Dan are struggling, she explained, like that was some cosmic justification. It just makes sense to combine. Liam will remember this. Tessa's only 7, she won't. Tessa tugged my hand, a tiny, heartbreaking whisper, Do I get to open presents, too? My mom overheard. Oh, don't worry about presents, she said, we'll sort that out later. Right now, just go have fun. We moved through the motions. I helped Tessa climb the inflatable slide. I offered weak smiles to relatives. I endured comments like, You must be so proud of Liam, as if I hadn't brought my own child. Tessa stayed close to me, hovering at the edges of groups, trying to join games where Liam always went first because his name was on everything. Then the cake arrived. Our cake. The space unicorn, the planets, the pastel swirls, everything Tessa and I had picked out. The bakery girl carried it in. Name inscription changed last minute, she muttered, looking at her slip. Hope we spelled it right. And there it was, emblazoned across the middle in huge blue letters, Happy Birthday, Liam. Not a trace of Tessa. My mom beamed like she'd won the lottery. Isn't it amazing, she gushed. He's going to lose his mind. Tessa's face just crumpled. I thought. She started, then stopped. My mom noticed her look, finally. Oh, sweetie, you both get cake, she said. Don't be greedy. Liam's actual birthday is next week. This is his big party. Tessa's shoulders sagged. I'm not greedy, she whispered. My sister Melissa, always the defender, slid next to me, her voice low. Do not make this into a thing, Jim. It's just a name on sugar. My blood boiled. No, I hissed, it's not. We sang to Liam. A full, boisterous chorus, every adult proud and noisy. Tessa sang too. When the song ended, my mom shoved the cake closer to Liam. Make a big wish, buddy. He spat half the candles out in one messy breath, laughing. Oh, and for Tessa, too, my mom added, almost as an afterthought. She dug a lone, spare candle from a drawer, stuck it in a plain, back corner of the cake, far from any decoration. Here, sweetheart, she said. Blow that one. 3 of us sang happy birthday to Tessa, me, my Aunt Carol, and my cousin's wife. Barely audible over the music that had already cranked back up. Liam got the unicorn slice. His friends got the planets. Tessa got a plain, sad piece of cake and icing from the back, handed to her without a glance. Aren't you lucky? My mom said. So much cake. Thank you, Tessa murmured. No one gave her a present. Every gift bag on the table said to Liam. My daughter, my brave, quiet Tessa, just walked away with her plate and disappeared into the hallway. When she didn't come back, I went to find her. She was staring at the grandkid's frame on the wall. Dozens of Liam. Different holidays, different outfits. And in the bottom corner, there was a tiny, blurry, almost invisible picture of Tessa. She was 3, hair in her face, mid-blink, like a forgotten screenshot. Maybe Grandma just didn't have time, she said, her voice so small, so utterly rational, to print more of me. It shattered me. She looked up. I don't think she likes me as much as Liam, she said. Because we don't live close. And because I'm not here all the time. And because I don't know. No tantrum, no tears. Just a small kid, quietly dissecting her place in their world. That was it. Not the banner. Not the cake. It was that sentence. I don't think she likes me as much. I stared at the frame, at my daughter's small, sad reflection next to Liam's beaming smiles. And something in me went ice cold. Get your bag, I said. We're going home. I didn't announce it to the yard. I didn't make a speech. I grabbed Tessa's backpack from the pile by the couch, her wilting unicorn balloon from where it had sagged against a chair, and walked straight for the door. My mom blocked us on the porch. Where are you going? She snapped. We haven't even done presents. You haven't? I shot back. She frowned. Don't do this, Jim, she said. You're being dramatic. She's having fun. Tessa's little hand squeezed mine, again. She asked to go, I said. So we're going. My mom hissed, you're putting ideas in her head. She was fine until you started sulking. My dad ambled over, beer in hand. What's the problem now? You're not seriously leaving over some balloons, are you? That was it. You hijacked my daughter's birthday, I said, my voice dangerously low. With my money. And you made sure she knew she was an afterthought. That's the problem. My dad rolled his eyes. Oh, for God's sake. It's just money. It's just a party. She'll have dozens more. Not here, I said. My mom gasped. Excuse me? We're done, I stated. Tessa's birthday is not a group project. I didn't wait for whatever speech was loading. I buckled Tessa into the car and drove away. Halfway home, Tessa's tiny voice broke the silence. Am I in trouble? No, baby. You didn't do anything wrong. She thought about that. Is Grandma mad at me? She asked. No, I said. Grandma's mad at me. She nodded. Okay. Then, the question that twisted my gut, can I still have a birthday with you? You're going to have the best birthday, I promised. Right here. That night, we had takeout pizza on the couch. I stuck 7 candles into a grocery store cupcake. She made a wish, blew them out, and opened her gifts from me and her mom. And for the first time all day, she smiled. A real, genuine smile. After I tucked her in, I sat in the dark living room, phone heavy in my hand. My heart was pounding. I knew I was about to set everything on fire. But I also knew, if I didn't do it now, I never would. I opened my banking app. No hesitation. First, that joint emergency savings account, the one I'd been quietly filling for 5 years. Over 10 grand. Transferred. To my account. The app asked, "Are you sure?" I typed, "Yes." Then, every single autopay: gas, electric, water, internet. Cancelled. My mom's credit card, the one on my account? Authorized user, removed. The $600 monthly family support transfer? Deleted. Their Amazon account? My card, gone. Password, changed. Then, I grabbed a sticky note. In big, bold letters, I wrote, "I'm not your backup bank. Tessa comes first." I stuck it to the fridge. A warning to myself, just in case I wavered in the morning. I put the phone face down, turned off the kitchen light, and went to bed. The next morning, at 8:59 a.m., my phone started exploding. Calls, texts, a firestorm. "Mom, what did you do to the account?" My card was declined at Ralph's. The gas bill bounced. The electric says payment failed. This is cruel, Jim. Then Melissa, are you seriously doing this because of one party? Grow up. My dad, if this is some kind of tantrum, end it. We need that money. You don't just pull the plug. And the one that hit me hardest, made me feel 12 again, don't forget who raised you. I just poured syrup on Tessa's space pancakes, watching her arrange blueberries like planets. My phone vibrated again. Mom, after everything we've done for you, you're punishing us over a cake. We hosted your child. We opened our home. You humiliated us by leaving. And now this. Melissa again, Mom says you stole her savings. You know that was for the house, right? You're so selfish. I finally answered a text, not from them, but from my cousin Derek. He'd written, "Hey, I don't know the details, but my wife and I saw Tessa yesterday. We saw your mom, too. It wasn't okay. Just wanted you to know." I typed back, "I cut them off." His reply, "Good. About time." It was a small thing, but man, it felt like a lifeline. By lunchtime, they were on my doorstep. 3 pounding knocks rattled the door. Tessa, startled, looked up. "Is that Grandma?" she asked. "You don't have to talk to them," I told her. "You can stay here and watch your cartoons." "Okay." She nodded, clutching her unicorn tight. I opened the door halfway. My mom's eyes were already blazing with fury. My dad looked like he'd eaten nails for breakfast. "What did you do?" my mom shrieked. "I moved my money," I said calmly. "You emptied the account," she snapped. "You canceled the bills. My card doesn't work. Amazon won't let me order anything. Do you have any idea what you've done to us?" "Yes," I said, for the first time, truly meaning it. "I finally do." My dad pointed a finger at me. "You've crossed a line, Jim. We rely on that money. This isn't a game." "You rely on it," I shot back, "because I let you." 4 years. My mom's voice went shrill. "This is about yesterday, isn't it? Stop pretending it's not. You're punishing us because we made one practical decision." "You texted me," I said, my voice shaking with rage, "that my nephew was more important than my daughter. You took her party. You erased her name. That's not one practical decision. That's the whole pattern." "We never said that to her," she cried. "You're the one putting ideas in her head. She was fine. She told me," I said, "that she doesn't think you like her as much." "I didn't put that in her head. You did." My mom flinched. "She's sensitive. She takes things the wrong way. We love her." "Then act like it," I yelled. My dad shook his head. "You're being controlled. By your ex, by your therapist, whatever Hollywood nonsense. This isn't you." "No," I cut him off. "This is exactly me. Finally. without my wallet open. My mom pressed her hand to her chest. We are your parents. You don't cut off your parents. That's not how this works. Apparently, how it works here, I said, is the one kid with a somewhat steady income pays for everyone else's life, and his own kid gets treated like a guest. That's done. We took you to auditions, she wailed. We helped you chase this ridiculous dream. You'd be nowhere without us. And you reminded me of it, I countered, every single time I said no to anything. She stared at me, defeated. So that's it? No more help? You'd let us lose the house over a misunderstanding? You won't lose the house, I said. You'll just have to pay for it yourselves. My dad's voice turned hard. You'll regret this when we're gone. When we're not around anymore, and you remember you chose money over family. I thought about that sticky note on my fridge. I thought about that frame in their hallway. I chose my family, I said. She's in the living room. My mom tried one last tactic, holding up a small gift bag with a generic doll printed on it, the tag blank. Let us at least talk to her. We brought her something. Not right now, I said. She doesn't need to see you until I know you can treat her like she matters. You can't keep her from us, my mom cried. That's up to you, I said. You behave like grandparents? You get to be grandparents. You behave like we saw yesterday? You don't. You're cruel, my mom whispered. I'm tired, I said. There's a difference. I took a deep breath. Listen carefully, I am not your backup bank. You are off my accounts. There are no more secret transfers. No more just this once payments. If you ask me for money, I might say yes, I might say no. But I am not quietly funding a family that treats my kid like a footnote. My mom's face crumpled. We'll never forget this, she choked out. I won't either, I said. And I shut the door. They didn't knock again. The fallout was brutal. Weeks of furious calls to relatives, my parents crying to my aunts and uncles. In the family chat, there were vague posts about kids these days having no loyalty. Some relatives took their side. Some stayed quiet. A few texted me privately to say, we saw Tessa that day. We get it. It was stupid how much that helped. I didn't send more money. I didn't turn the autopays back on. I didn't rescue their Amazon cart. When my mom emailed me a long paragraph about how money shouldn't have strings and parents don't owe their children perfection, I read it once and archived it. She never once said, I'm sorry. She never once wrote Tessa's name. So, I planned a do-over. The community room in my building isn't fancy, concrete floors, ugly chairs, a little kitchenette. But it was ours. Tessa helped me tape up dollar store streamers and paper stars. She drew her own space unicorn sign and insisted we hang it crooked because space is messy, Daddy. I sent out a simple text to a handful of parents from her class, hey, we're doing a small birthday redo for Tessa this Saturday at my place. Pizza, cake, crafts, no presents needed. Just come if your kid wants to. More people showed up than I ever expected. Her friend Maya, clutching a handmade card. A boy from class in a hoodie covered in planets for the theme. My cousin Derek and his wife came with their twins and a giant bottle of soda. My Aunt Carol even walked in with a gift bag and kissed my cheek. Your mom is furious I'm here, she murmured. She said I'm encouraging bad behavior. I told her, setting boundaries isn't bad behavior. She hung up on me after that, Aunt Carol said, then smiled. So, where do you want the chips? I pointed to the table, swallowing the tight feeling in my throat. And then the cake arrived. Same bakery. Same design. But this time, in bold purple frosting, neat and perfect across the middle tier, it read, Happy birthday, Tessa. She stared at it for 10 long seconds. That's my name, she whispered. Sure is, sweetie. Just mine, she added. Just yours, I said. When we sang this time, every kid yelled her name. Happy birthday, dear Tessa. She grinned so hard, I thought her face might actually crack. Make a wish, I told her. She leaned in, eyes squeezed shut, blew out the candles, then whispered in my ear, I wished we can have my party here every year. Because this is our place. Our place. We ate pizza and cake off mismatched plates. Kids ran around with balloons. Someone spilled juice, and I just wiped it up. No one told Tessa not to drip wax, not to stand too close, not to be ungrateful. There were 2 empty chairs in the corner. I'd set them up out of habit. Mom. Dad. They stayed empty. Tessa never even asked about them. Later, after everyone left, we stacked the chairs and swept the floor. Do you think Grandma's still mad? She asked. Probably, I said. But that's not your job to fix. Are you mad at her? She asked. Yeah, I admitted. A little. And sad. But I'm more focused on you. She thought about that. I liked it better this way, she said. I didn't have to share my cake. You never have to share your birthday cake, I told her. Back home, she drew a new picture for the fridge. 2 wobbly stick figures, holding hands under a big unicorn. Above them in purple marker, she'd written, me plus daddy equals family. No grandparents. No cousin. Just us. My phone buzzed. Another email preview from my mom popped up, we won't always be here. One day, you'll see what you've thrown away. I looked at Tessa, carefully coloring in a tiny star next to our stick figures. Maybe I had thrown something away. But it wasn't what my mom thought. I'd thrown away the crushing weight of trying to buy my family's love, of hoping they'd finally see my daughter if I just kept paying. I'd thrown away the idea that being a good son meant letting them diminish the person I loved most. What I had now was smaller, simpler, but infinitely more real. Me, my kid, and a crooked space unicorn sign. And that, after everything, was more than enough.